Today, I'm going to show you how to make a blueberry and stone fruit galette. This recipe comes to us by this wonderful book by an author named Ed Kimber, who was the first winner of the Great British Baking Show. And his book called 1 Tin Bakes. I love making galettes, especially this time of year as the peaches are ripening on the trees. Soon it'll be apple season and tomatoes. So a peach galette, a tomato galette, an apple galette, they're all on the way. So what Ed says about this particular blueberry and stone fruit galette is that galettes are pies for those who aren't concerned with crimping, cannot be bothered to blind bake or do anything that might be viewed as technical or tricky. Galettes revel in their relative ease and rustic nature. This is my current favorite, with a pecan-infused pastry generously filled with blueberries and peaches and served, of course, with plenty of vanilla ice cream. So are you ready? Let's get started. And so the first thing we need to do to make our blueberry and peach galette is we need to mix up all the ingredients to make the pastry. So for the pastry, place the flour, pecans, sugar and salt into the bowl of a food processor and pulse until the nuts are ground to a coarse meal texture. Add the diced butter and pulse a few times until the butter forms pieces about the size of peas. Add 4 tablespoons of ice cold water and pulse a couple times to combine. To check if it's ready, squeeze a small amount, and if it forms a ball of dough, the pastry is ready. If not, add the remaining 2 tablespoons of water. Tip the pastry out onto a lightly floured work surface and form into a ball of dough. Then press into a flat rectangle. Not sure why Ed wants me to make my galette rectangular, because I like to make mine round. And then we're going to wrap it in cling wrap and refrigerator for at least 1 hour before using, because we want to keep that butter really good and cold. So here we go. 185 grams or 1.5 cups of plain all-purpose flour. Here we go. 85 grams or 3/4 cup of pecans. 1 tablespoon of castor or superfine sugar, and a 1/2 teaspoon of fine sea salt. Pulse until the nuts are ground to a coarse meal texture. I do believe we have achieved our coarse meal texture. Perfect. Now we're going to add the diced butter and pulse a few times until the butter forms pieces about the size of peas. We have 170 grams or 1.5 sticks of unsalted butter, diced and chilled. By Jove, I think we have done it. Now add 4 tablespoons of ice cold water and pulse a couple times to combine. 3 and 4. It's getting nice and clumpy now. We've got it. Tip the pastry out onto a lightly floured work surface and form into a ball of dough. Then press into a flat rectangle, or I'm going to make mine pancake shaped, and wrap it in cling film and refrigerate it for at least an hour before using. I'll just start with a little pancake, sort of like that. We get it nice and cold to keep that butter chilled. Now it's time to make the filling. So in a large bowl, we're going to add the fruit. 3 cups of blueberries, 450 grams, 3 beautiful, ripe, local peaches cut into slices. We have the zest of 1 lemon, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice from the lemon whose zest just got added to the fruit. to just cheat a little bit. Another couple drops. There we go. And let's just toss all this beautiful fruit together. Mix it up with the lemon juice and the lemon zest. Oh, one blueberry got away. Peaches and blueberries and lemons. Oh my. It smells absolutely delicious. There we go. And while our fruit is all mixed together, the oven is preheating to 375 degrees Fahrenheit. We're going to set the fruit aside. And in a small bowl, we'll mix together sugar, cornstarch, salt, and cinnamon. We have 50 grams or a quarter cup of castor or superfine sugar, 2 tablespoons of ground cornstarch, a pinch of sea salt, and a quarter teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Now let's add the dry ingredients to the fruit, just like that. And we want to stir to coat evenly. And set that aside while we prepare the pastry shell. And now we're going to roll out our chilled pastry to about a 1/8 inch thickness, and we'll make it about a 12-inch circle. So lightly flour your surface. Shouldn't be too sticky. I always like to put a little flour on the rolling pin. There we go. There's our beautiful pastry. And we just start to roll. Always want to roll from the center out. Center out, center out, center out. And usually after a few rolls, I might flip it a little bit. Certainly want to keep lifting it so we can make sure we don't stick to our surface. So there we have it. Let's transfer our beautiful pastry onto a parchment-lined baking sheet. Very carefully. Loosen from the surface. We'll even enlist the help of a rolling pin for this. Just like that. Roll it on and roll it right back off. There we go. There's a little bit of an overhang, and we'll trim that off when we finish up. Now, spread the ground almonds across the center of the pastry. Then spoon the fruit filling onto the pastry over the ground almonds. Do that as we go. Wonderful. We're going to clean up the edges and trim just a little tiny bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. Cut the butter into small pieces and dot over the fruit filling. Fold the excess pastry up and over the fruit filling. The center of the fruit will not be covered by the pastry. Here we go. That's the way we do it. Then we'll brush this pastry with the beaten egg and sprinkle liberally with demerara sugar, or in this case, I have some beautiful turbinado cane sugar in the raw. And into the oven she goes. Now we're going to bake for 45 to 50 minutes, or until the pastry is golden and the fruit is bubbling. We'll start with 45 minutes, and then we'll take a look and see how she's doing. And here comes the results. We had a little bit of spillage going on. Not too bad. That's our beautiful galette. Now let's let it cool for a while. Oh, and I took leftover dough and I made myself a cookie. Yeah, a little bit of spillage. That's going to be okay. I'll eat that part first. Now there you have it. So if you enjoyed this video, please do click the thumbs up like button. Subscribe to my channel, because that helps us produce more yummy videos for you to watch. And I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.